Woo! She is hot in here today, like damn. What is up, babies? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the issue that a lot of men struggle with. And by a lot, I mean this is my most requested video, and this is also the most DM'd question, and that is, how do I last longer in bed? I'm going to be real, you guys. There is no way I can sugarcoat this. Having this issue really sucks, and it can make you not want to have sex at all, right? There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of anxiety, and those are all things that don't really put you in the mood. So today I wanted to share 5 easy tips that you can integrate into your pleasure sessions, your pleasure sessions tonight. But before we dive in, my name is Miranda. I'm a somatic sex coach and sex educator, and I am here to teach you about your pleasure and your partner's pleasure. And today we are focused solely on you so that you can please your partner and have better sexual experiences. So without further ado, let's kick it off with our very first one, which is removing any expectations that you have. And how exactly are we gonna do that? Well, we are gonna have that conversation. Yes, it's gonna be scary. Yes, it's gonna be vulnerable, but with vulnerability comes growth. You are going to be able to deepen your connection with your partner and strengthen your bond. Not only that, it takes it from a solo struggle all the way to teamwork. And we all know things are better when you work together as a team. Plus, your partner is also gonna be experiencing empathy for you. If you do not communicate to us, how are we supposed to know? A lot of the time when you're struggling with PED or any type of performance anxiety and you don't tell your partner, chances are they're gonna blame themselves. Being honest and open with each other is a really great way to help create that safety that your nervous system needs in a time like this. You guys, I cannot stress this enough. Do not have sex when anxiety and fear is present in your body. This is really important. When anxiety is present, our body shifts into this more sympathetic state, which means we enter fight or flight response, which essentially is exact opposite of where we need to be. The more you close off and the more you suppress it and push it down and don't communicate, the more taxing it is on your body. So instead of focusing your intention on performance, dial it back a little bit. Make the intention to be intimate with each other, to connect with each other. See where that takes you. Honestly, the best sexual experiences I've ever had have just been with the intention of just being with my partner. Usually when we have the intention of performance or it's goal orientated is usually when we are experiencing frustrating sex or challenges. This tip alone might be enough to break that barrier between you and that performance anxiety of lasting longer. Having that conversation lets you breathe again. However, there is one thing that you guys can add into your solo sessions to kind of spice it up and make it a little bit more fun and give you results immediately. If you are new here and you have not yet heard me talk about the Bathmate, then you are in for an absolute treat because I am in love with this product. 1, because I love taking the results that it provides, and 2, because playtime just got a lot longer, and in 2 different ways, if you know what I mean. Most people just think it does one thing and one thing only, and that is make your member longer. And I'm not gonna lie, when your confidence is on lock, it is gonna help your performance and you're gonna lay those moves a lot smoother. But you're also gonna be getting a stronger, harder erection. You're also gonna increase your stamina, which all in return is gonna maximize your performance in the bedroom. However, the reason why I recommend the Bathmate is because it works completely different than a regular penis pump, because this shit is like futuristic, except for it's here right now. So it's actually super simple to use. All you have to do is fill the chamber up with warm water, place your member into the inside, and then pump. This is gonna create a vacuum suction on your penis, which essentially is getting those blood vessels to work at their max performance. Trust me, you guys, this will significantly improve your sexual stamina, leaving you feeling more confident and your partner more satisfied. And if you guys still think I'm capping and you don't believe me, click the link down below, grab that 10% off. It will be automatically applied to your cart at checkout. And there is a 60-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked at all. So cruise to the website, buy your Bathmate. Make sure you measure your penis right, because in this case, size truly does matter. You want to make sure you have the best fit so you can have the best results. So they're giving you 60 days to figure it out. That's more than enough time to get the results that you're wanting. When I go to see my partner for our conjugal visits, you bet your ass this baby is coming with me, because I'm gonna bring toys for me, but this is like a toy for both of us, and it leaves smiles on both of our faces. Now, speaking of breath, that leads us to our second tip, because we need to downshift. When we are in a state of dysregulation, which is going to be that fight or flight response, we are not in a state to receive pleasure. We are not in the state where we are in our body. We are now completely in our head, or we are dissociating, which is a more extreme case, but it's definitely possible. So like I said, our breath controls the very state of our nervous system. Oh my God, I just felt a sweat drop roll down my back and into my crack. That is how hot it is in here. The unfortunate reality is that most men key into their breath when it's a little bit too late, meaning they have already hit that point of no return and they are already about to ejaculate. And I'm sorry, sweetie, but as you know, it's kind of too late. So the trick here is to actually start those breaths as soon as foreplay starts. I like to start deepening my breath as we're making out, as things are starting to intensify. So we're moving our breath through all of foreplay. So that means if your partner is going down on you, maybe they're stimulating other parts of your body, you are connecting to your breath. This is happening the whole way through so that you don't hit that point of no return and then decide to breathe. So it might sound a little something like this. Right? The good thing here is that by you moaning, yes, it is bringing you back into your body, but it's also telling your partner that they are doing a good job. So it's giving them a little praise while also helping regulate you so that you can last a little bit longer. And listen, I don't want you guys thinking that it is weird to take those deep breaths and make sound when you are in the bedroom. Yes, it can feel weird and out of body at first, but when you experience what the power of breath and sound do when you are maybe even self-pleasuring and then you bring it into the bedroom, honestly, it will blow your mind. Not only will it prolong your orgasm, but when it does come, it is going to be that much better. Plus, you are 100% in body, because the more that we express sound, the more that we are pulled into our body and less in our head. The more that we are silent, the more anxiety that is breeding. Am I doing the right thing? Does this feel good for them? Am I too close to coming? I don't know. Does this feel good? All of these thoughts have too much room to play around. And that is why we focus on our breath. So as much as you're wanting to pull yourself out of your body, you actually want to do opposite. You want to come into your body. I am sweating. Now, this third tip you might not want to hear. However, it definitely needs to be said. You need to stop self-pleasuring to porn. It is literally designed to make you come as fast as possible. If you are doing this every day, you are essentially training your body to come fast, and a bunch of other things as well. So when it comes to your next self-pleasure session, instead of focusing on the adult entertainment websites, I want you to think about stimulating all parts of your body, really taking your time to arouse yourself. Turn yourself on. Yes, it might be strange and definitely not what you're used to, but I'm telling you, once you build this mind to body connection, it is going to change everything. Because in these solo sessions, this is where you're gonna have your best practice, which is gonna be your edging and your connection to breath. Now, the fourth tip that I have for you might not be so obvious. I want you guys to start slow, but I also want you to try standing. So as tempting as it is to go balls deep right away and take her to Pound Town, we don't want to do that because that hasn't worked so well for you in the past. Now has it? So I want you to tease her with the tip. Put it in a little bit, take it out, rub it on the clit, put it in again, take it out, just chill in there for a second, kiss her, rub it on the outside. You're gonna be slowly teasing her and slowly connecting yourself to your breath into your body, which is exactly why you are going to be standing. When we are laying down, it is so easy to get lost in our bodies or lost in our mind. So standing actually allows you to be more grounded, more connected. It takes a little bit more time for you to ejaculate, for you to orgasm, and it's gonna kind of force you to be in your body. But this one tip might actually buy you enough time to actually regulate yourself and get into your body and to tease and build that connection with your partner, which is also really important. And finally, my last tip of all, and probably one of my favorite tips to give, is the connecting piece in between your edging game. This is solo edging versus partnered edging, and what exactly the difference is. Now, the great thing about your solo sessions is it doesn't really matter if you bust a little early, because you're not gonna be letting anybody down, and you're especially not gonna be letting yourself down. Because when we practice on ourselves, there is no external judgment happening. And it's a practice after all. Some days are gonna be better than others, and that's just kind of how she goes. The problem is that people take that experience and they try to bring that into the bedroom, and that's where a lot of guys go wrong and why edging gets this kind of rep of not working. When in fact, you're just messing it up a little bit, meaning you're walking a little bit too close to the fire, because once you hit that point of no return, she gone and she done. So when you're playing with your partner, you want to be hanging out around the 60 to 70. You don't want to be running it real close to 90, because it is way too close to the fire and your top can pop off like any second, and that is just a no-go. That is exactly why we practice in our solo sessions that self-control. So all of these tips, solo or combined all together, are gonna help you last longer. So unless you're part of the 1% of people that actually suffer from premature ejaculation, then chances are this is something you can most definitely fix and work on. The hard truth is sometimes it's not as simple as doing something like a quick fix, a quick technique, or slapping a band-aid on to fix the problem. Sometimes we need a more customizable approach. So working with a sex therapist, a sex coach, a somatic sex therapist can be extremely helpful in finding something that works best for you. Honestly, if you feel like you have tried all the tricks in the book and nothing has worked out, it's probably something more emotional. Maybe it's a trauma, maybe it's a belief, maybe it's conditional beliefs. There could be a million different things, but you might never figure it out if you don't work with somebody. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. There are people that specialize in this specific work. Okay, babies, that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for another episode. Cheers.